So we're gonna jump right into this. Just so you guys know, I'm not quite warmed up yet, so bear with me if my voice cracks a little bit here and there, or sounds a little or if I gotta like clear it. I have my water, I have my iced coffee, and we're gonna jump right in. The goal is to do 2 events today, whether it's a date or other things, like the dad's inviting me to an event. So,
welcome.
and I believe, yes, Craig has. We saw this yesterday, so I'm just kind of going through it, and he wants to go on a run, so we're gonna do that. And then when we get back, we're gonna go on the date with the next dad. What the heck? Which is Brian, I think. The gym just installed these new virtual jogging treadmills. We'll feel like we're running outdoors. You can see other runners on your screen too. Let's try it out together. Other runners? Will I be able to keep up? Don't worry, we're here to cheer each other on. I'll be right there with you. Just get a rhythm going, keep your heart rate up, but don't overexert yourself. You'll do great.
Run that dad.
I guess I just have to click a ton. Okay, so we have Joseph's running too, and so is... It's not our mat, that's a different mat. Hi, Joseph. I feel like I'm playing a Wii game. I can do space too, but... So if I run at the same pace up the hill, he likes that, I guess. How far am I supposed to be going? My finger is gonna get tired after a while of clicking. I like how all the dates the dads invite me to, not all of them, but a lot of them, are like mini games. That's so fun.
Dude.
Aw, yeah. Passing a bunch of people. We got Stella, Megan, and Ross ahead of us. Bye, Stella. What the heck?
Hey.
Oh, they're there. Oh, hey.
Hey.
I don't really have much to say, sorry. I'm so quiet. Oh, yeah. Way to go.
Welcome. You've got
Okay.
friends.
Alright, Brian. It's your turn, homie. Man, I don't know how I feel about hanging out with Brian more, but it seems like Daisy and Amanda got along really well. Maybe we should just bite the bullet and hang out with Brian more for the sake of the kids. Crack my knuckles and start typing. Hey Brian, great grabbing burgers with you at the cookout yesterday. We should get the kids together and hang out soon. I wait a couple minutes until a ding comes to my computer. Hey man, always love a good burg with a buddy. We should definitely hang out. What do you think of mini golf? We could bring the girls out and have ourselves a little friendly competition. Rock on, Brian. Friendly competition? No, Amanda and I will crush Brian in mini golf. Sounds great, man. Name time and place, and we'll be there. 1 second, I gotta turn the heat down. It's hot. My office space always gets super warm because I'm right next to the boiler. Hey, Amanda. Hey, would you be up for some mini golf with Ryan and Daisy? Well, out of practice, and I know my backswing leaves something to be desired, but I think I could keep it in the negatives. Perfect. Come on, kiddo. Let's do this. Ready for this? Our medium is ready as well. I'll ever be. Why are you talking like that? Because this mini golf course is a pirate themed? I just now realized we are indeed standing on top of a giant pirate ship in the middle of a putt-putt course. Oh. Yeah. Come on, pirate dad. Won't you talk like a pirate with me? Arr, ahoy, scurry. Avasti. I'll make Brian and Daisy walk the plank with my superior golfing abilities. I mean, doubloon. Come on, Dad. You told me this is just going to be some friendly competition. Friendly competition is dad code for actual competition. I need to prepare my body, mind, and soul to defeat Brian on the field of glorious battle. It's just mini golf. Just mini golf? It's so much more than that. I kneel down and place a hand on Amanda's shoulder. I just want you to know there's no pressure. It's not a big deal. Don't worry about it too much, but we have to beat Brian at mini golf. Whatever happened to just having fun? Oh, we will have fun when we beat them. Amanda gives me a side eye. But before I can side eye her back, I spot Brian and Daisy. Ahoy there, mateys. Ahoy. Brian walks up with Daisy in tow. It looks like they already rented us some golf clubs for our mini golf excursion. Total power move. Why didn't I think of that? All right, first mate. I hear there's buried treasure in these waters. You're gonna help me plunder it? Oh, Amanda, I don't think this is a real pirate ship. I think it's just to play putt-putt on. Amanda gives Daisy a look. I mean, aye aye, Captain. Daisy winks at Amanda. Look at those two. They're two peas in a pod. So, you excited to get some mini golf in? Oh, you know it. You a gambling man? I know when to hold 'em. Oh yeah, I know when to fold 'em. I know when to shoot. That's pretty much all I know how to do. How about the loser buys drinks tonight? Alright, but how about we make it a bit more interesting? I'm listening. The loser has to mow the winner's lawn this weekend. Well, my yard's pretty big. You prepared to take that on? I think you should be a little more concerned with how you're going to maneuver around my hedges. It's highly technical work, not for the faint of heart. I don't think I'll need to worry about that. I'm very good at mini golf, you know. Oh yeah? Hole in one every time. What I just said is not a true thing, but it already came out of my mouth, so I have to stand by it. Looking forward to seeing that happen. Brian and I eye each other up and down. May the best dad win. Brian and I shake hands and lock eyes. It's about to go down. Oh, fun! Oof.
You've lost your ball. Into the brine.
Oh, frick. Too early.
Dead men sink no putts. Into the brine.
Oh my gosh, I just missed. Frick.
You've lost your ball.
What the heck is this hole?
Dead men sink no pots. Yo-ho-ho in a hole full of ball.
Oh. This is so hard.
Dead men sink no pots.
I still do okay. Alright, S. Amanda pulls me aside while Brian and Daisy start walking to the next hole. Hey, you having a good time? Having a great time. I'm having a fantastic time destroying Brian underfoot. I just asked because your eye's twitching. No, it's not. I feel my left eye twitch. Amanda raises her eyebrows. We're out here to have fun, remember? It's just a game. You're right. It's just a game. A game with extremely high stakes. A game we're currently winning. Dad. Please, Amanda, please nail this next hole for me. We need to keep this streak going. If it's really that important to you, sure. Amanda walks over and tees up for a particularly hard windmill hole. Grabbing her club, she winds up and launches the ball into the parking lot. She looks me right in the eye and does an exaggerated shrug. Oops. I disagree with her actions, but I appreciate her act of youthful defiance. She walks over and pats me on the back. That was for your own good. Love you, kiddo. More golf. What? What?
Dead men sink no pots.
Okay. I always think it's going to go faster than it actually is. Oh my gosh, are you kidding?
Dead men sink no pots. Into the brine. Yo-ho-ho in a hole full of ball.
Interesting.
Into the brine.
Aw, dang
Dead
it.
men sink no pots.
What the frick? What on earth?
Yo-ho-ho in a hole full of ball.
Rough. I had it worse that time. Still S, what? I try to maintain an air of professionalism because there are children present, but confetti cannons are going off in my brain and someone is placing a wreath around inner me with the world's best dad emblazoned on it. Man, that was some good shooting there, Goobus. Mini golf is no joke. The secret to mini golf is that you have to be really good at it. Daisy, did you have a good time? I did. We haven't even found the buried treasure yet. I think we would need to apply for a permit to dig around here. I can take Daisy home so we can get the city paperwork started for digging. You two enjoy your night. Sounds like a plan. Goobus, you cool with that? Sure, just don't get yourselves into too much trouble. Can do. I'll make sure we get into a perfectly reasonable amount of trouble. Amanda and Daisy skip away, yelling about buried treasure. Bless that kid's tiny, rebellious heart. Well, I guess we should hit the bar now. There's actually a tiki bar attached to this place. How about that? Sounds like a plan. Brian and I walk into the Freaky Tiki, a kitschy island-themed bar. Palm trees adorn the walls, and several fake parrots are strewn about. Ukulele music plays softly in the background. Brian and I approach the bamboo bar. Guess I'm spending more time with Brian, which is a little more bearable since I won. Okay, I just gotta get my victory drink and get out of here. I think I already proved my superior dadness for the day. 2 pineapples of hospitality, please. The bartender whips us up 2 rum drinks inside of hollowed out pineapples. He sets them on fire, and we have to blow them out before we can drink them. Sorry, I had sneezes. Usually I just like to, I don't know, drink my drinks. If you don't want yours, I'll take it. And miss out on the taste of victory? I don't think so. Take a sip of my pineapple of hospitality. Victory tastes fruity. Let's talk about lawn maintenance. I'm very particular. No electric mowers for me. I hand cut everything with scissors. I also only water the lawn with bottled sparkling water. I just ran out. So you're going to have to import some. Italian is preferred, but I'll settle for Icelandic if that's all you have. Sweet, you're willing to put all that work into taking care of your dead grass. What? My grass is perfectly healthy. It's okay, buddy. I know just the trick to perk it back up. I'll work my magic when I finish trimming your grass with the tiniest pair of scissors I own. Man, even when he's trying to be helpful, I feel personally attacked. While I sip more of my drink, I notice a TV in the corner. Hey, Extreme Makeover Deck Edition is on. Love this show. Always made me want to own a deck. Hate this show. Why? So clearly fake. Well, yeah, it's reality TV. Who cares? I care. I'm a general contractor. I work with decks all the time. There's no way they're renovating those decks in a matter of 2 days. It's impossible. That's a 3-week job minimum. So you want them to cover those 3 weeks extensively in every episode? It can't be that interesting to watch a bunch of dudes slave over a deck for that long. Nobody would watch it. I don't like any of those home improvement shows. I just want to watch stuff that's real. Like Long Haul Paranormal Ice Road Ghost Truckers. I have terrible news for you, Goobus. No, not them too. That's the awful truth. Not the ghosts, though. Those are real. Trucks just don't have emergency escape buttons. I've been lied to for so long. We both chuckle and sip on our pineapples. So wait, you're a general contractor? Sure am. I actually helped plan the cul-de-sac we live in. Wow, nice work. Yeah, I kind of took after the footsteps of my old man. He was a general contractor too. The best. He practically built half this town with his bare hands. It's weird how you spend your whole life trying to not become your father, then you wake up one day and there you are. But I get to work with my hands and it pays more than enough to take care of my daughter, so it's an absolute dream job, for me at least. That's impressive. Building stuff has always been my weak point as a dad, and I've been okay with that, until now. Now I must defeat him. I do have that patio furniture that I haven't put together, still sitting in the garage. Okay, maybe I should cool it with a dad competition. Gotta keep it light. Ask about his daughter. So, Daisy seems pretty smart for her age. Yeah, she's a genius. She definitely doesn't get it from her old man, though. It's actually a little embarrassing. She beats me at Scrabble constantly. To be fair, Scrabble is really hard. I can barely make good words when I have the whole alphabet in front of me, let alone 7 letters. Brian laughs. See, we can keep things friendly here. This is perfectly pleasant. I could do this all night. Because I feel an innate need to impress Brian and prove I'm better than him, obviously. That's the only reason, I think. Let's keep it moving. Ask about his dog. So you have a dog? Sure do. I can't quite remember what he looks like. Oh, he's a little corgi. Always has a handkerchief around his neck. Yeah, I'm not getting it. I think I might need a visual reminder to jog my memory. If you happen to have any pictures of said dog, maybe on your phone. Brian laughs. Goobus, if you wanted to see pictures of Maxwell, you could have just asked. Show me the goods, then. Brian pulls out his phone and flips through an entire album of dog pictures. Aw, yeah, that's the stuff. What a good boy. I look around the room and take in all the kitschy decor and looking for some... Decor? Yeah, the sound is so weird for a second. Looking for something else to comment on. There's a gigantic fish hanging above Brian and I. I gesture to it. Cool fish. It's definitely fake. Really? Everything in here is fake. That palm tree over there is just a fiscus with plastic coconuts glued to it. I look over. He's right. But I almost caught something like that fish once. Mine was bigger, though. Of course it was. Oh, really? Yep. I went on a trip to Hawaii maybe a decade ago. We were out on the sea for 3 days, catching fish, drinking beer, guy stuff. We had a hot plate on the boat so we could sear the fish right after we caught it. Throw a bit of salt and lemon on there. Oh, man. That's some of the best food I've ever had. That actually sounds amazing. Well, it was the last day. Everyone had gone to bed already, but I was out there watching the stars. Had my line out too. Then all of a sudden it just starts running. So I jump on the reel before it gets ripped out of the rod rack, and start fighting with the thing. I'm out there for maybe an hour. Can't call out my shipmates. Just man against nature. Finally, I'm starting to tucker the guy out and get him up to the surface. Finally, get a sight of it. The biggest marlin I've ever seen. Hemingway-esque. I get it onto the boat single-handedly. You know what happens next? What happens next? The thing smacks me in the face with its tail and knocks me out. I wake up the next morning on the deck, the fish gone, never felt dumber. So it got away. I think there's another version of me that would have spent the rest of my life trying to catch that fish, Captain Ahab style. I'm sure Daisy would be supportive. Oh man, fishing's the life. Haven't gone enough lately. You go fishing? Actually, I have a confession to make. Wait, what am I doing? Why am I having this inexplicable urge to be vulnerable with him? I can't tell him that I'm terrible at fishing. I lean in close. I'm the best at fishing. Simply the best out there. Okay, since you're such a pro, I'm taking you fishing. You wanna go fishing? Don't answer that. Yes, you do. We're going fishing. Oh no. I don't know. Come on, it'll be a blast. I know the perfect little fishing spot. I'll bring some beers. We can just sit back, relax, and reel in some trout. We'll bring the kids with us. Come on, you know you want to. I've been cornered. Yeah, okay. Brian gives me an exuberant high five. Yes, maybe we'll see who can catch the most fish, so I can get you mow my lawn. You can try to beat me, but they don't call me Goobus good at catching fish goobers for nothing. I'm spinning a web of lies that I fear will one day consume me. Sounds like it'll be a scrap. Brian and I finish our drinks and head outside. Till next time. I'm real excited. To catch way more fish than you, Brian. Brian extends his hand and gives me a friendly but firm handshake. I can see competitive fire in his eyes. This is going to become a whole thing, isn't it? Once Brian takes over babysitting duties, Amanda walks home with me. She immediately plops down on the couch and flips on the TV. So how was your hang with Brian? He wasn't too spicy about his crushing defeat, was he? Nah, he was pretty gracious about it, like frustratingly gracious. Yeah, how dare that guy have some decency. Come on, Dad. He seems like a neat dude. I think so? I don't know. That guy loves a good competition. But then again, apparently, so do I. What'd you and Daisy end up doing? Oh, we hunted for treasure for a bit, but Daisy was really adamant about not digging without a permit, so we just watched some documentary about theoretical physics. I put her to bed and then sat around eating Brian's food. Don't tell him I said that. That's standard babysitting protocol, I believe. I really like hanging out with Daisy. She's super mature for her age. Yeah, Brian says she has a hard time relating to other kids. She kind of reminds me of you at her age. Although she doesn't bite people as much as you did. Can't believe I'm finally the cool older kid. Feels good. You gonna hang out with Brian again? That's the thing. He wants to go fishing with me. Whoa. Oh. Told him I was an amazing fisherman. You hate fishing. I know, I'm kind of panicking. I'm sure it'll be fine. All you have to do is wake up at the crack of dawn and sit silently on a boat on a lake for hours on end, with no promise of tangible reward, your only companion being the fear and doubt you harbor deep within your heart. Fishing's fun, you'll remind yourself as the world darkens around you and you wonder if it's really you staring back at yourself in the lake's reflection, or simply just the abyss. Yeah, laugh it up, Amanda. You're coming with us. It is my constitutional right to outright refuse this order. Daisy's coming too. Well, I bet I can convince Ryan to bring his dog. Fine, sold. I'm in. All right, I'm bushed. Gonna call it a night. Don't stay up too late, okay? Got it, Pops. Nice. Nice. Nice.
Let me mow your lawn this weekend. Welcome. You've got Dad.
Is he gonna text us? No, it's Craig. Hello, Amanda's dad. What's up? Still strong. Children are having a tea party and they wanted to invite Amanda, but we can't find her on here. You're also invited. Physical invitation to follow. Wrong your, but that's fine. I'd love to come. Attend that party. Coffee time. You know dads love coffee. Gonna brew myself something black as midnight on a moonless night. I put on a fresh pot and work on a few word jumbles while I wait for it to brew. Hey, this one spells sorrow. Dad, ready for today? Ready for every day, sweetie. Gonna tackle it head on. Now, are you ready for the thing we're gonna do today? The thing that you promised you'd do? Honey, I already told you I'm not gonna throw away my Tom Clancy novels. They're just stacked in the living room. I keep bumping into them and knocking them over, and you don't even read them. That's not what I'm here about. The tea party, Dad. Nope, don't remember that. Craig's kids, that hand-drawn invitation. Amanda walks over to the refrigerator and comes back with a hand-drawn invitation on a sheet of computer paper inviting Amanda and Amanda's dad to a tea party. They smell cordially wrong. Just put on some going outside pants and let's get going. I can go outside in sweatpants. Nothing's stopping me. Dad, I'll see you in a minute. Oh. Hello. Thank you for coming to our tea party. I do my best to bow and present my daughter, who thanks them with a curtsy. This way, please. Byron and Hazel lead us to a small table with tiny chairs. Some are occupied by stuffed animals, and Matt and his daughter, Carmencita, are here too. Matt raises a comically small plastic teacup at me. Hey, dude. How's the tea? The imaginary tea is absolutely wonderful. I taste a hint of lemongrass. Hello, Carmencita. Hello, Mr. Amanda's dad. Please have a seat. I sit down between Amanda and Matt. I don't think I'm going to be able to get out of this chair. Hi, everyone. I turn to see Daisy and Brian enter the backyard and take a seat next to us. Sorry we're late. Daisy made me put on my going outside pants. See, Amanda? Amanda gives me a knowing look, and I return an obliging wink. She rolls her eyes. Is that really something your daughter had to pressure you into, Brian? I give Amanda another, even more exaggerated wink. She rolls her eyes even harder. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedules for some high tea. Now, if you'll all put on your designated tiaras. There are little tiaras sitting on everyone's plates. Well, except for Brian's. His is a softball helmet. Oh, we ran out of tiaras. I don't think this is going to fit me, but I appreciate the thought. Dad, you're royalty. Please act like it. Brian tries to balance the ill-fitting softball helmet on top of his head, but it immediately tumbles off and into the bushes. I'll get that later. Hey, everybody. Craig comes out with a teapot and a tray of sandwich cookies. Dad, is the tea ready? Yeah, it's been steeping for a while now. Awesome. Would you girls like to serve your guests tea? No, thank you. We'd much appreciate our servants' help. Craig leans over to me. That's me. Craig places teacups in front of all of us and a single sandwich cookie onto each of our plates. He pours some tea into my cup. Awfully fluorescent for tea. I think my teacup with Matt's and take a sip. Good lemonade. It's tea. Right? Very good tea. I lean over to Amanda, who's happily enjoying her tea. What do we do at tea parties? We enjoy the splendors of upper-class society, Father. She takes a dainty bite of her sandwich cookie. Marvelous. So, the meeting of princesses has been called to order. Hear, hear. But I'm a warrior princess. I hunt and stuff, and I like a really cool sword. Can I be space princess? I'll allow it. And I'll be a rock star princess. I'm also a space princess. Can there be more than one? Space is pretty big, don't you think? Change my mind. I want to be a space princess too. Dad, what are you? Do I get to be a princess? Duh. Well, I guess that makes me hacker princess. I surf the information superhighway on my cyber deck, hacking into mainframes and unleashing havoc on the megacorps of the dystopian metropolis. I also rollerblade everywhere. I think I'll be a landscaper and general contracting princess. Barista princess reporting for duty. Hey everybody, CrossFit princess here. Not now, servant. If it weren't for the princess uprising, it would be you serving me. We sip tea for a little longer, and then the girls run off to fight dinosaurs as space rockstar warrior princesses, I think. They grow up so fast. It was like yesterday that I was helping Amanda throw her own tea parties. Did she make you a servant too? You betcha. Carmencita made me actually brew tea for hers. Pitfalls of owning a coffee shop. Pitfall, your custom blends are amazing. The hibiscus one you gave me a while back was...
Oh.
I didn't read that. Aw, thanks.
Ah.
It's really nice the girls are getting along. Yeah, I'm really glad we moved into this community.
Hey.
We are too. Amanda's been kind of a role model to them, you know? I hadn't even realized, and I don't even know if Amanda does either, but I guess they're right. All the girls in the neighborhood look up to her. She seems to go out of her way to play with them. I'm so proud of her. You better not proud Dad cry at this party, Goobus. I brought extra word jumbles if anyone wants to kill some time while the girls play. The day rolls on, and the girls get all tuckered out. Amanda spends the whole day playing with them and taking their pictures, promising that she'll send them the best ones later. We all clean up and help put away the tea sets and tables and head out as Daisy and Carmencita fall asleep on their dad's shoulders. Take care, guys. Thanks for coming. Bye, Hacker Princess. You want dinner? Nah, I filled up on cookies. Me too. I'm tired. Dude, same. Playing with a bunch of little kids who all simultaneously want your attention and approval is surprisingly exhausting. But in a good way, but also in kind of a scary way. How so? I feel like I gotta be my best behavior for them. I don't want to let them down. Is this because you still feel bad about dropping the F-bomb in front of your cousin that one time? I corrupted her, Dad. She's secondhand smokes now. Well, those kids really look up to you. I'm glad they have you as a role model. Shucks, Pops. I ruffle Amanda's hair. That was cute. Alright, we can do another date.
You've got dads.
Hey, Robert. Robert was pretty nice. A little odd, but nice, and ruggedly handsome. We should hang out. Type a message to him on Dad Book. Hey, Robert, good seeing you again at the cookout. Want to grab a drink? I sit there for a couple seconds, hoping he'll message me back. Says he read my message. Cat videos. Nothing. Oh, guess he's busy. I might as well make the best of my day. I get up, watch the living room, then sit down and turn on the TV. Game show. Family Fortune's on. Alright, Nicole, your parents are in the lead and it's up to you to win it big. Are you ready? I'm ready. They hook the contestant up to a lie detector in front of her parents. Who's your favorite parent? My mom. Sorry, incorrect. Next question. If both of your parents were hanging off the edge of a cliff, which would you save? This is terrible. I love it. I lose several hours to whatever the heck that was. Sighing, I get up and walk around the house. My stomach rumbles. Time for lunch. Guess it's time for the old chef Goobers to cook a gourmet delicacy. I walk over to the refrigerator and open the door. Microwave eggs? Just make a sandwich. I make a sandwich in its entirety while standing there. Who needs plates? The sandwich, a lost art. I admire my work for a second before I clumsily drop the entire thing on the floor. No! I look around and remember that Amanda's not home. This is still good. 5-second rule, right? I reassemble my sandwich, peeling pickles off the floor and putting them back where they belong, in my mouth. Wait, I'm a wreck. I finish my snack and walk around the house some more, bored. When's Amanda coming home? Just remembered something. When we were packing up the old house, we found an old basketball hoop that would hang off a door. It would really bring the living room together. I wonder where I put that. Spent a couple minutes poking around the new place until I find it. After installing it above one of the doors in the living room, I'm ready to dunk. Come on and slam. Take a leap from the free throw line and rocket that sucker down the net. Crowd goes wild. And welcome to the jam. I pull up from the three-point line, breaking ankles and sinking a fadeaway. And I forgot the rest of the words to the song. No look behind the back hook shoot. Everyone's on their feet. Something something Space Jam. I managed to just barely defeat myself at horse before Amanda comes home. Then we cook dinner together. We're proud of ourselves for not even coming close to burning down the house. Afterward, Amanda and I dig into a carton of ice cream over an episode of Chopped Toddler Tournament. What you've done in front of you is a molecularly deconstructed sweet potato with a brown sugar demi-glace with creme fraiche, of course. This is literally just a jar of baby food. The toddler immediately bursts into tears. Are we bad people for watching this? Yes. After a few more episodes, Amanda goes to bed. I check my computer one last time. Still nothing from Robert. That says he read my message. Is he ignoring me? Eventually, I climb into bed to get some rest. But I just can't stop wondering why Robert won't message me back. What?
Not bad. Welcome.
Okay.
You've got
I guess we'll do a
dads.
Damien one. What's this? Damazon. What the heck? Got a package, wonder what it is. I bet it's a package of socks I ordered. I open up the box and start pulling the packing peanuts out. Man, these socks reek. Okay, that's definitely not socks. It's butterflies? I almost don't even want to know what Amanda was planning on doing with these. Amanda, your box of dead butterflies is here. What's up? You sacrificing them? What? You ordered butterflies? You can order dead butterflies online? These aren't yours? No, but I'm definitely ordering some right now. Okay, love you. Take a look at the box again. This is addressed to Damien's house. Bring it to Damien. Just take it over to him. Whoa! I jog over to Damien's house with the box. I pull back his door knocker, but suddenly the door opens. Mr. Goobers, what do I owe the pleasure? How'd you know I was about to knock? I don't know. Okay, anyway. I think this got delivered to my house by mistake. I hand him the box and his face lights up. What a wonderful surprise. I was about to send a strongly worded letter to the courier service about this. Many thanks. Not to pry, but what are you going to do with those butterflies? Would you like to see? Alarm bells ring in my head. This is how you die, Goobers Goobers. Sure. Damien leads me into his study, where he set up some sort of workstation. Above his desk is a wall of pinned butterflies, moths, and beetles. Wow, that's really something, Damien. I'm quite proud of my little collection. You do all this yourself? Of course. I find it rather relaxing. How do you... Simple. Here, let me show you. These aren't ready quite yet. They'll need to be rehydrated overnight so they're easier to work with. I have some over here that are ready to pin. Damien takes a seat at his desk while I hover behind him. He picks up a little triangular paper package and snips off the edges. He pulls out an all-black butterfly and shows it to me. Rather excited about this one. It's a turquoise swallowtail. He gently opens the wings, spreading the butterfly out on the table. The backs of the wings are gorgeous iridescent green color. Oh, and the pigment on this one is so nice too. Anyways, pinning a butterfly is actually very simple. It just requires a delicate touch. First, I'll put a pin through the thorax. Damien slides a pin through the middle of the butterfly and places the butterfly on a piece of styrofoam. He carefully arranges the antenna with forceps and begins placing paper and more pins around it. He does this so effortlessly, it's almost hypnotic. I have a frame here that I think that this one will look quite pretty in, but I need to let it sit for a couple days until it's ready. And then what? I remove all the pins and put it on display with the others. Take a closer look at Damien's collection. One with bright blue wings keeps drawing my eye. This one's so pretty. Damien takes it off the wall. Yeah, that's a blue morpho, one of my favorites too. He hands a small frame to me. Here, I think this would look lovely in your home. Oh, I couldn't take this. I insist. Believe me, I have more than enough. Thank you. If you ever have an interest in pinning some insects yourself, you know where to find me. I think I'll leave that up to you. I feel like I'd probably break them in half with my butterfingers. Nonsense. You have beautiful, steady hands. You would make a fine taxidermist. Am I blushing? Damien walks me to the door and gives me a warm smile as I leave. Do take care of yourself, Goobus. Thanks for allowing me to share my odd little hobby with you. Oh, that was nice. He's a weird guy, but he's real nice.
You've got dads.
Anyway, let's go on an actual date with him now. Damien seemed really interesting. A little odd, but interesting. I think I should hang out with him to get to know him a little better. I navigate to Damien's dad book page and type out a message. Hey dude, you seem cool. We should hang out sometime. I sit there for a moment before I see Damien's typing. But then he keeps typing and typing. Man, is this guy writing a novel? I leave the computer to make some coffee. And he's still typing. I sip my coffee and the computer finally dings. Goobus. I must confess my excitement to be receiving your kind letter, for, as you see, I do find myself available to enjoy your company. I must ask for your forgiveness, however, as I believe our first meeting did not paint me in a gentlemanly manner as I would have liked. There's more. I would be highly flattered to enjoy your companionship at my residence for an afternoon tea and stroll around my garden, should it please you. Till then, adieu. Yours humbled, D. Bloodmarch. I stare at the screen and reread the letter several more times. Hey Amanda, can you help me with something? Dad, for the last time I'm not popping your back pimples. No, can you interpret this for me? I turn the computer to Amanda and she squints at Damien's message. I just don't understand that. Speak. Like, is this how your kids communicate with each other now? Oh, totally. This is a new hot thing. See, Dad, kids go over saying lol and lamau or whatever and decided that what they needed to do was bring it back to the 1800s. So what do? Where's your pen and quill? What? Did you forget to unpack the pen and quill? Dad, how will we address the noblemen in regards to your upcoming debutante ball? Okay, now I know you're messing with me. Father, without a proper chaperone, you'll never end up with a suitor worthy of our land. Or our dowry. Or... So you read Pride and Prejudice for school one time, and now you're reciting things you know about it back to me, aren't you? Like the first 5 pages when I read a review of the movie. Still got a B, though. Great. So what do I say to Damien? I got this. Amanda reaches over to me and types on the keyboard. Sure thing, dude. Regards. Goobus. Amanda hits send and smiles at me. Well, I suppose that's that. I make the short walk over to Damien's house. I guess you can't really call it a house, it's more of a manor, estate. The Gothic architecture looms above the other homes in the cul-de-sac. I walk past a couple of gargoyles guarding the front door and look around for a doorbell. There doesn't seem to be one. Pull the large, ornately carved bat's head door knocker back, and a hollow sound echoes throughout the house as I strike it against the door. I wait several moments before the door slowly creaks open. It's a little creepy, but I enter the home and take a few steps into the foyer, noting the oil portraits of who I assumed are dead relatives hanging in the wall. As I'm admiring them, the front door slams shut behind me. Hello? Silence. An oil lamp in the corner flickers dimly, casting ominous shadows against the wall. Why do I feel like all the people in these paintings are staring straight at me? Why is it so cold in here? Where's Damien? Goobus, pleasure to have you in my home. I look up and see Damien standing at the top of a majestic staircase with a walking candle holder. What's with the door slamming shut? Sorry, there's a draft. And the door creaking open when I knocked? I accidentally left the door unlocked. And the creepy oil paintings? I like oil paintings. Right. Right. Please, let me show you around. Okay. Damien leads me around the house, showcasing his parlor, sitting room, auxiliary sitting room, and the parlor again for some reason.
Oh.
This is one of the older homes in the block, yes, but nowhere near as old as the architecture might suggest. Though through extensive renovations, I've been able to craft a residence that is both historically accurate to the Victorian period and equipped with the amenities of any modern dwelling. We walk past a door covered in bumper stickers, caution tape, and a black parade poster. Did they listen to My Chemical Romance in the Victorian era? That's my son's room. You know how the rebellious teenage years are? onward, onward. There's more to see. We reach a door at the end of the hall that Damien opens with a flourish. And this is a library. Sunlight streams from... I've seen this room. I don't really care. He likes the butterflies. He gave us ones. He pinned them himself. I know. Yeah. I look out the window.
Oh.
Did you know Victorians spend at least 20 hours a week gazing longingly out of full-length windows? No, Victorians did appreciate telling a good joke. Naruto struggled again. Okay, I think that's enough. That's a rare book from my private collection. Please will you join me for tea? We have finger foods. Can't believe we're having a high tea. I never thought I'd get to do this. Damien smiles to himself. What? It's a common misconception that high tea refers to the wealth or class of the people enjoying it, when in fact the high refers to both the later time of day that the working class had to enjoy tea and the height of the tables in which they're served. Oh. My dear friend, we're currently enjoying afternoon tea. That's informative. He serves me a tiny sandwich. Your home is very impressive. Whoa! Seems like you've put a lot of work into this place. Thank you. No one's ever complimented my home before. I can barely get matching salt and pepper shakers in my place, and look at what you've done. I'm kind of jealous. That's very generous of you to say. What got you so interested in goth stuff?
How delightful.
When I was a young boy, my father... When I was a young boy... Yeah, that's... Did he take you into the city? Sorry? Did you guys see a marching band? I'm afraid I don't understand. You serious? Of course. But it's... You know the song. Amanda made me listen to it. Seriously? I'd love to see a marching band. Nevertheless, I've always had a love for art, history, and fashion. What started off as a small hobby of collecting taxidermied animals grew into sort of an obsession. It's a privilege to be able to appreciate the lives and culture of those who came before us, I think. Why not go all the way? I like not dying when I catch a cold. He takes a sip of tea. I can acknowledge there are many terrible things about the Victorian era, and to try and live a life that strictly aligns with those ideals would be admittedly horrid. But I think it takes a critical mind to truly appreciate something to the fullest, to be cognizant of its flaws and love it all the same. Tell me, Goobus, do you have any hobbies? Oh man, I do, but I don't know if I care about anything the way you care about this stuff. I love to hear about your interests. Hearing someone talk about the things they're passionate about is intriguing, and quite honestly, rather attractive. Please do tell me about your hobbies. Sounds sophisticated. Soap making or jumbles. The written word fascinates me. We spend so much time using words, and I think people would appreciate them more if they had to unjumble them. It's poetic, really. Oh, so you're a writer. In a sense. We finished our tea and finger sandwiches.
Oh.
Come, I have one more thing to show you. Ooh, Damien takes me around the back of his home, where a variety of flowers flourish in beautifully landscaped rows. A small stone path weaves through it, and butterflies flit lazily through the air. My garden. It's beautiful. Thank you. Victorians took flowers and floral arrangements very seriously. You see, it was considered uncouth to discuss personal and romantic relationships in public, so lovers and friends alike would use bouquets to send secret messages to each other. Each flower and plant is symbolic of different feelings. Even more interesting is that one flower can mean different things depending on the other plants it's paired with. One had to be extremely careful, as even the style in which the ribbon was tied around the bouquet affected the message. Damien leans down and plucks a gorgeous bright orange flower off a vine. Lilium bulbiferum, the orange lily. What do you think this one means? My loins are ablaze. Pure hatred. Whoa! Well, that's precisely why floral arrangements is so challenging. What's your favorite type of flower? Oh, sunflowers. They remind me of sunshine, and you can eat the seeds as a delicious snack. What a practical choice. My stomach grumbles. Man, I want sunflower seeds. I'll have to remember that when I put together a bouquet for you. He would put together a bouquet for me? No one's ever given me a bouquet before. I follow Damien down the footpath and admire more of his beautiful flowers. Suddenly a phone rings. Oh, Goobus, will you excuse me? I must take this. He pulls a cell phone out of his pocket. I'm a little surprised it's not a rotary phone. Go for it. Damien smiles and walks back to the house. I take a deep breath and enjoy the heavily perfumed air. What a lovely yard. This makes me wish I had put a little more effort into that garden Amanda and I tried to start one time. Our watermelons grew to the size of cherry tomatoes and then immediately dried. Hey, a gargoyle. Oh no, I knocked over the gargoyle.
Fix that guard.
What the heck? No, okay, that's correct, isn't it? Is it not? Wait. Oh. I can flip it. There we go.
Goal.
Our secret. That was a close one. Here comes Damien, who looks upset. My sincerest apologies to have kept you waiting. There's an urgent matter I must attend to, so I'm afraid I must take my leave. No problem, dude. Everything all right? Damien worries the hem of his coat with his fingers and looks away. Everything's perfectly fine, but it's Lucien. What's wrong? He appears to have... His teacher needs me to come to the school. Post-haste. So do you need help? No, you don't have to. Let me come with you. Us dads gotta stick together. You're right. This is one of Lucien's more elaborate stunts. I would greatly treasure having another parent by my side. Let's go. Oh, hey. Damien and I look into the school and are immediately greeted by an anxious-looking Hugo. Hey, Damien. You're here in record time. Wouldn't miss it for the world, dear friend. Whatever it is, it doesn't seem like this is Hugo and Damien's first time to the My Kids Are in Trouble rodeo. What is it this time?
Oh.
This, Damien, you have to see to believe. Damien and I fall into step behind Hugo, who leads us through the busy corridors of the school. We pass by several classes in session, and I vaguely wonder if Amanda's around. Hugo eventually ushers us into a small boiler room with a flight of rickety stairs leading down into darkness. Watch your step. I can hear faint voices drifting up from the basement, and they don't sound happy. As I'm led into the depths of the school, I recall the antics I got into as an angsty middle schooler. At least I had enough sense to stay out of creepy basements. We find another teacher in a boiler room tucked away in the back of a basement. With him are Lucien and Ernest, Hugo's son. Lucien has a bloody nose. Thanks for coming. Can't make the heads or tails of this. I look around the scene of the crime and see a bunch of bricks and some masonry tools scattered around. What happened here? Ernest punched me. Lucien tried to kill me.
What?
The room falls silent. I was not trying to kill you. I was just trying to build a brick wall around you and see what would happen. You promised me there's wine down here. You tricked me. Wait a second, Lucien. Did you try to cask of Amontillado Ernest? I'm neither confirming or denying that. I turn to Damien and whisper to him, What's Cask of Amontillado? It's a classic Edgar Allan Poe short story where a man gets his enemy drunk, lures him down into the cellar with the promise of wine of a fine vintage, then buries him alive behind a brick wall. It's a lovely story. Wait, Lucien, you tried to do that to him? I was curious to see how it would turn out. I wasn't actually going to leave him there. What was the thought process here? That Ernest was just going to sit still while you slowly built a tomb around him? Well, it worked for like 20 minutes because he's an idiot, but then he realized I had lied about the wine. And you were cackling maniacally. That sort of tipped me off. Ernest, 20 minutes. Dad,
Huh?
Took you 20 minutes? Son, we did an entire 2-week unit on the cask of Amontillado, and it took you 20 minutes to realize Lucian was leading you into an elaborate ruse. Did you even read the story? I read the first 5 pages and then read a review of the movie.
Whoa!
It's only 5 pages long and there is no movie. Yeah, you're right. I paid Lucian to read it for me. Actually, he didn't even pay me, so when you think about it, this was me teaching him a lesson. Damien and Hugo both have their heads in their hands. You guys are always telling me to engage in the literature, and I did. I don't see a problem here. Alright, I'm filing this under what the heck. Don't do whatever that was again. You two are both suspended for a week. Ernest and Lucian high five. The teacher starts to stomp up the stairs. Hugo, I'll cover for your class. Take your son home. Mr. Bloodmarch, you too. Thank you for your mediation. We all head up the stairs and out of the school in tense silence. Lucian, Damien, and I all pile into my car and begin to drive home. Lucian immediately puts his hood up and stares out the window angrily. I'm not going to therapy again. I know, son. It's entirely up to you whether or not you want to go. But I care about you and I can see you're struggling, so if you do decide that you would like to speak to a professional about your feelings, we can do that too. Maybe you can spend this next week looking for a summer job. I know how much you want your own car. I can't believe Damien's keeping his cool. I'm impressed. Fine. Thanks for not freaking out too hard. I love you, son. Lucian continues staring out the window. Love you too. We spend the rest of the drive in relative silence. The moment we pull into the driveway, Lucian hops out of the car, slams the door, and runs inside. I didn't expect to have that conversation in front of you. He and I have a lot we need to work out. It's all right. And all things considered, Lucian's bricklaying was pretty good. So there's your silver lining. There is that, yes. I admire how you handled that. You were a lot more diplomatic with him than I would have been. I just want what's best for him, and I don't think yelling at him would do either of us a favor. It rarely does. You're a good dad. See you around soon? It'd be my honor and my pleasure. Damien bows with a flourish. Classy. I come home to find Amanda curled up on the couch with a blanket watching TV. I plop down next to her. Yo, what you watching?
Yeah.
Tiny House Hunting Brothers, Extreme Edition. Hate the show. The couple on the screen bickers back and forth while standing in an extremely small house made of recycled bottles. The Tiny House Hunting Brothers watched them with bemused expressions, both their heads touching the low ceiling. I told you I wanted a 2-bed, 2-bath, shabby, chic cottage. This house doesn't even have a bathroom. But honey, the outhouse is only 20 yards away. It's not that bad. I'm not pooping outside, Greg. Why don't they just get a regular-sized house? I don't know. How'd afternoon tea go? Got strange. We had to go to school and pick up Lucian since he lured Ernest down to the cellar with the promise of fine vintage and tried to break him into the wall, right? How'd you know that? Has everyone read the story except for me? Lucian had live streamed the whole thing. This entire day is beyond me. But otherwise, it was a fun day. That Damien guy's a character, but he's really good company and a surprisingly diplomatic dad. I dig his style. You know what? We do. Aw, yeah. How'd we do? Really good.
Have you considered taking part in the goth lifestyle?
Welcome. You've got dads.
Yep, thought so. You up to anything tonight? Hugo and I are planning to go to the art walk downtown. Nice. Let's do it. And then after this, we'll end. Damien and Hugo invited me to the monthly art walk in downtown Maple Bay. I don't see Damien or Hugo around anywhere. Gobus? It's Joseph. Joseph, what are you doing here? What am I doing here? How could you ask me that? I'm obviously a huge art appreciatist. Okay, fine. Damien invited me to this art walk thing. I'm guessing he invited you too? Yeah, admittedly, a little out of my depth here. Thought I was going to be the odd one out. You allowed to say that? Say what? You know,
Oh.
yeah, I actually get double points when I say it since I'm a minister.
Oh.
The points get you into heaven. That's how it works. No, it's not. Anyway, we're the guys. I look around and spot Hugo and Damien. Good eve, good eve, good eve. Evening, friends.
Oh.
Who's ready for some art? You know I am. Art is good and stuff. Well said. Well put, Goobus.
Ah.
All you have to know is that if you're ever feeling overwhelmed, there's generally always a table that has free wine and cheese. I like art now. I've got the table in my sights now, if you'll excuse me. Talk art. Particular artist specializes in landscape painting of various locales within the American Northeast. I look at the art, it's rad art. At the risk of sounding uninformed, do all of these landscapes look like butts to you guys? It would appear as if you are correct. Valid assessment, Goobus. Hey, this art stuff's pretty easy.
Oh.
It's more complicated. Sometimes the butts are more symbolic, sometimes the butts are metaphors, sometimes art is about the butts they don't draw. Interesting. Joseph returns to our group with tiny cheese and wine. What I miss? Butts.
Oh.
Shame. The cheese is nice though. Shall we visit the next place? Another one that's more crowded. Paintings of something hanging on the walls. Oh geez. What am I looking at in here? This is abstract art. I think the more important question is, what does it mean to you? Powerful. Aw, yeah. It's a butt. No, let's be serious about it. Not reading all that, but keep it simple. It's a butt. Yeah, it's definitely a butt.
Oh.
Initial judgment, yeah. You are a servant of the Lord. We're all God's creatures, even butts. Comparing this piece to the artist's body of work. Pretty sure this represents the sense of isolation he feels, creating traditional abstract artwork in a field that's rapidly moving toward digitalization. How do you figure that? That's what it says on the placard.
Oh.
Sampling some of the artist's work. Looking at the paintings, the patron scoffs loudly. I could do that. Excuse me? Hugo, not here. No, come back here. You say you could do that, but you didn't. You didn't seem to have the intellectual depth or the artistic skill to execute a piece even a fraction as impressive as this one. Art is the truest expression of the self, and it seems like your self is bad, so your art would be bad. He's passionate. Friend, he's not worth it. Sorry, I just love art very much. We know, buddy. I pat Hugo on the shoulder. You know what would ease the mood? Is it cheese? No, it's wine and cheese. Co-signed. The four of us head over to the wine and cheese table, which thankfully is grounded in realism and is actual wine and cheese. We got one last stop on the tour. You lot feeling up for it?
Oh.
It's absolutely weirder than this art. Let's do it. Performance in the street, huh? Masked performers in leotards undulate wildly on the ground, screaming, both at each other and us. Quick question. Joe, what is happening? I second this question. Performance art. What does it mean? I pose this very same question to you, Mr. Goopers. But the very humanity of being human.
I don't know.
If I start making really loud fart noises right now, it's art as long as I really mean it. I was gonna start making fart noises, but based on the look on your face, that joke isn't gonna play well with this crowd.
Oh.
Wise.
Oh.
I think I'm all arted out. Agreed. We all decided to walk home together.
Ah.
Cul-de-sac. I think what I've learned tonight, and not just what I've learned about art, which was nice and extremely informative, but what I've learned tonight is when you put a bunch of tiny wine and cheese together, it eventually becomes regular wine and regular cheese, followed by too much wine and too much cheese. This false sense of security. I felt safe with tiny cheese. Wax wings too close to the sun. Cheese wings? Those would melt in the sun too, and I feel like it's more appropriate imagery. Plus, it'd be delicious. A nice and a mentholer, possibly.
Oh.
Hey, if you guys were painters, what would you paint?
Huh.
Dabble in oils. Not very good, but it's a nice way to pass the time. Personal portraits of people in unique professions.
Ah.
Luchadors. I think I'd paint boats. Seascapes, maybe some lighthouses, mostly boats. Really? Surprised you're choosing boats in favor of a long history of religious imagery and artwork.
Ah.
Boats are cool.
Hmm.
Bayugubis. Food
Oh.
artistry.
Oh.
Cheese.
Oh.
Alright, boys, good art. Good art. Agreed. See you guys around. We're all neighbors after all. Nice.
Welcome. You've got
Alright, so then we
dads.
just have Hugo. So next time we'll go on a date with Hugo. So far, my faves are Matt and Damien. And I think I want to go on like 2 more. Like one, and then decide from there. But we'll see how I like Hugo. Made good progress today. Alright. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's stream. I'll be back tomorrow. Or no, not tomorrow. It's the weekend. I'll be back on Monday with some more Dream Daddy. So I'll see you guys then. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. And I will see you guys on Monday. Bye guys.